Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Blades to Be shop and another project video. For my usual subscribers, this one's really not what I usually do. We're not going to have any machining, welding, or anything like that today. You know, since I'm doing this, shop time is my part-time weekend hobby. Sometimes on the weekends you have to do just some shop maintenance and things that aren't always part of the plan. Today I'm having issues with my sprinkler programmer here. It's not watering as it's supposed to. I lost my weather station about a year ago and just basically got to the point where I come out here, I turn it on when I want to, turn it off, so it's kind of a manual thing and not automatic at all. Finally time to go ahead and take care of that. So looks simple enough. I'm just gonna take this unit off the wall. If I get in behind here, it's pretty clear. I've got 12 zones. They're pretty clearly labeled on what are my 12 zones. So we'll take a look at the new one that I purchased. I purchased this Orbit b-hyve here. So we're going to open the box, take a look at this, get that hooked up, and hopefully be a pretty quick project. And then I can get back to the fun stuff that I like to do in the shop. But I looked online. There was a couple of videos around this Orbit, most of them from pretty old, several years ago, and it wasn't running very well. I'm hoping it runs better now, and I thought I'd post this out there in case it helps somebody trying to get their Orbit b-hyve set up. So again, for those of you subscribed to the channel, not the typical video, appreciate you subscribing to the channel and watching all the videos. If you haven't subscribed to my channel before, typically it's about welding, machining, and metalwork and knife making, other fun things in the shop. But like I always say, we pretty much put videos out on whatever's going on in the Blades to Be shop, and today it's a little bit of sprinkler controller maintenance. Hope you enjoy it. Alright, so first thing, I did get in there and I snapped a picture to make sure that when I disconnect this one and unhook those wires, I'm not going to forget which color goes for which zone. So right now they're clearly marked, clearly labeled zone 1s through 12, so I've got pictures of that to make sure we hook them up right. Alright, let's take a look at what we got inside the box for this Orbit b-hyve. Alright, we've got a knockout for the wires to come in. Looks like more or less similar type of controller. Alright, hooking up zones 1 through 12 right there. And we've got a little different battery backup, but looks like that's already in there. So we should be pretty set. I don't think, again, nothing too complicated looking here. Should be as simple as getting that one off the wall, get this one screwed in place, and we'll get that hooked up. Don't return it to the store. There's some keys, and we've got pretty minimal instructions. Hey, there we go. If we hadn't already taken a picture, it tells us to do that. Install a screw included in the wall. Use the expanding anchors. Alright, so let me read through these instructions, and then we'll start taking that one off the wall, putting this one back up. Alright, so I read through the instructions. First step is get this b-hyve app loaded on your smartphone. So we're going to go ahead and get that downloaded. Alright, that's downloading fairly quickly. Looks like we should have that here in a second. And we do. So we've got our b-hyve app. It is connecting. First thing we need to do is create an account. Alright, so account created. So do I want to have alerts, be notified of rain delays, skips? Yes. Allow it to send me notifications. It wants to use Bluetooth. Okay. Setting this device up. New device you bought and want to install. This is a new device. Alright, I got the b-hyve timer. And before setup begins, make sure your device is powered on. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install it, and we'll come back and finish up this step afterwards. Let's get this on the wall. Alright, so I've got this. We're going to unplug it. We've got our power off. Go ahead and take out the backup battery. This unit should be completely powered off. Alright, so there's my common wire coming in for all 12 of my zones. There we go. So these are just spring loaded, so I'm pushing up on these, and that's releasing my wire. I think I can do that while they're actually just in there. Okay, easy enough. That's off of there. Alright, looks like I've had a few different controllers in the past. Kind of a mess back there, but that's alright. Let's figure out how we're going to get this one to fit. Yes, I'm gonna get it to just fit in there. So if I use this smaller knockout, I can get it to fit in that smaller knockout hole. Yep, I can just get that to fit up in there. Might have to file it just a hair to get that to fit, but that is gonna work. But it's ugly, all that's gonna show up there. So I'm gonna go find a piece of wood. I've got studs right over here, I've got studs right over there. I'm gonna find a piece of wood, piece of plywood, screw that onto the wall, get that looking a little bit better, and then we're gonna mount this unit onto the piece of plywood so that we don't have such an ugly mess left when we get this thing done. Let's get some of these other big anchors out of the wall here so that my piece of plywood will sit flush. So let's see, I want a piece of plywood about 10 and a half inches by 16 and maybe 16 and a quarter at the most. All right, 10 and a half by 16 and a quarter. Let me go find some plywood. All right, so instead of a piece of plywood, I actually found a board. It was like a ½ inch less width than I was looking for, so it only misses one hole down there, but I think it looks better than a piece of plywood, so we're gonna go with that. And there we go. There we go. Didn't take much, just a little bit to get that started, and that made a whole of difference in knocking that out of there. All right, box should be prepped and ready. Okay, now we'll get our picture out, figure out what order the wires go in. So we're gonna go red, black, blue, green. Yellow, brown, orange, gray. All right, that's commons in between, so I almost hooked that up to a common. I need to skip a space to get to 7. Okay, we should be set. We're wired in, and we've got power on. Let's get our app back open. All right, my device is powered on. Preparing setup. Let's see, does it tell me where my MAC address is on here? This information may be found on a sticker on the body of your device. Okay, there we go. 44675508FO0C. This matches my device. All right, scanning for Wi-Fi networks. Okay, we've got a network. Let me put in the password. All right, it says it's pairing with network, can take up to 2 minutes. All right, put in address information for weather. Makes sense. All right, so we've got an address in there. It wants to update firmware. Let's let that update. So I can already see it's connected. I've got Bluetooth. It's already set the time. It's the date, so it's telling me it's Saturday at 1:45. And we're already 50% updated on our firmware, so that's going quickly. So now we're already at 65% updated. Moving along. All right, you get to name your device, so give it a name. Connect it to your network, continue setting up the system, tell it which zones you have connected, add some information about how your yard is set up. If you're ready to do this now, you can continue a setup. If you just want to explore the app, you can continue to set up later. All right, so we got this connected up. Let's go ahead and hit continue. Select the zone stations you have physically connected to a device terminal. Now, I have all 12. 11, 12. All right, next. We will now test the zones you selected to ensure they are working. Each zone will come on for 1 minute. You can tap the green check mark to move to the next zone. Test anytime during the test. All right, I'm gonna go walk around outside and go make sure that all 12 of these came on. Alright, so that manual test was pretty easy as I was going around. I could run each zone for like a minute, and after you hit next, you didn't have to run it for the full minute. You hit next, you could give the zone a name, add a picture of that zone. So now I have all 12 zones in here with a name and with a picture. It's telling me soil moisture is 0%, so I guess it's going to keep up with that. And then after I was done, I had the option to either program or do smart watering. So for right now, I was going to go punch in some programs, and then I will punch in the information it wants for smart watering, and I'll test out both and see how it works. But so far, pretty plug and play. Let me go through the programming steps and I'll come back and we'll let you know if it was complicated or what was going on. Alright, well that was pretty darn intuitive to set up the programs. So I now have 3 different programs in here. I've got A, B, and C. I can water just the flower beds, just give those 5 minutes of water every day just to give them a little bit for the flowers. And then for the grass, I've got that set to water twice a week, and it'll run 10 minutes on each of the zones, and then it'll start again and run 10 more minutes, so give that water a little bit of time to soak in instead of running 20 minutes all at one time. You can turn smart watering on and off. I have smart watering turned on to the point where if I go in here to the device, there we go, I go into the device, I have smart watering turned on, so based on weather adjustments. So it tells me what weather station I'm hooked up to. You can even go in and you can change that, so make sure it's picking a weather station that is close to your house. So it's got a weather station close by, and based on the percentage of rain and the amount of rain, that's what will control it, and it will turn it off. So I have the smart watering turned on based on the weather. I don't have it turned on for other than that. So I think I'm set. The other nice feature is if you want to go in and do manual watering. So now if I want to manually water, you can go in and you can either pick your zones or you can pick a program, and you can just select it to run that program anytime you want if you need to water on an in-between day. Also have the ability to go in here and hit rain delay, so I can, if I don't think that my weather station is going to pick it up, or if it doesn't seem to be doing it, I can stop it for 1, 2, or 3 days if I want to make sure it's not going to water for a couple of days. Pretty easy to do right from the home screen right there. So that was it. I think total time, took me maybe 1.5 hours to get this hanging on the wall, completely set up. So pretty simple, and I think it's going to work a lot better than my other device was working. Alright YouTube, that's going to be a wrap for this project video. Hey, I appreciate you joining me here in the Blades to Be shop. Again, I know a little different video than what I typically do in here, so appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel, typically the videos are going to be about machining, welding, and just like today, hey, anything else we're doing here in the Blades to Be shop, which today was hooking up this new sprinkler system. And if you have one of these, if you're putting one of these in for your yard, hope this helped you out. You can put a like, drop a comment on the channel. Always appreciate comments and ideas for future videos. So until next time, hey, I'll be here in the Blades to Be shop. I'll be working on some more knife videos. We'll be coding in Fusion 360. We'll get all of the CAD programming done for the left-hand side of that knife we're working on. And we'll go ahead and get down here in the shop. We'll fire up this Tormach 1100 MX, and we'll be cutting the titanium slab for the left side of that knife. And we'll continue working on that folder that we've got in place. So check that out for the next video. So until next time, I hope you're out in your own shop working on some projects of your own, maybe knocking out some of those things you need to do around the house, around the shop. So we'll be here in the Blades to Be shop working on that next video for you. We'll see you soon. Take care.